Welcome to Mindful Mastery. Today, we explore sacred technology, not as a distraction, but as a doorway. In a world of endless notifications and digital noise, what if your devices could become instruments of clarity, creativity, and connection? Let's reframe the way we engage with tech, not as consumers, but as conscious creators. Sacred technology. Using tools to awaken, not distract. Welcome to Mindful Mastery. Today, we embark on a transformative journey exploring sacred technology, not as a distraction, but as a doorway to deeper awareness. In our hyperconnected world of endless notifications and digital noise, we're drowning in information yet starving for wisdom. What if your devices could become instruments of clarity, creativity, and genuine connection? What if technology, rather than fragmenting our attention, could actually enhance our capacity for presence and purposeful living? This isn't about digital detox or abandoning technology altogether. It's about conscious engagement, transforming from passive consumers into mindful creators of our digital experience. The digital paradox: we face information overload. We consume more data in a day than previous generations did in months, yet struggle to find meaningful insights or lasting knowledge. Our minds become repositories of fragments rather than gardens of wisdom. Disconnect despite being more connected than ever. Loneliness and isolation have reached epidemic proportions. Our digital interactions often lack the depth and presence that nourish genuine human bonds. Attention fragmentation, our capacity for sustained focus, has diminished dramatically. We've trained our minds to expect constant stimulation, making deep work, contemplation, and presence increasingly challenging to maintain. These challenges aren't inevitable consequences of technological progress. They're symptoms of unconscious engagement with tools that could serve us far better when approached with intention and wisdom, reframing our relationship. From reactive to intentional rather than responding automatically to every ping and notification, we choose when and how to engage. We become the authors of our digital experience, not merely its victims. From consumer to creator, we shift from passive consumption of endless content streams to active creation of meaningful work. Technology becomes our canvas, not our cage. From distraction to direction, our devices transform from sources of scattered attention into tools that support our deepest values and most important goals. Each interaction becomes purposeful. The sacred in technology, the word sacred, comes from the Latin sacrare, meaning to set apart. Sacred technology isn't about worship or ritual. It's about setting our relationship with technology apart from unconscious, habitual use. When we approach technology with the same mindfulness we bring to meditation, eating, or any conscious practice, it becomes a vehicle for awakening rather than escape. This perspective recognizes that technology, like any tool, is neutral. A knife can harm or heal, depending on the hands that wield it and the intention behind its use. Similarly, our devices can scatter our attention or focus it, isolate us or connect us, diminish our humanity or amplify it. The sacred dimension emerges when we bring conscious intention to our technological interactions, treating them as opportunities for growth, service, and deeper connection with ourselves and others. Principles of sacred technology: awareness, cultivating moment-to-moment consciousness of how technology affects our mental, emotional, and physical states. Noticing when we reach for devices unconsciously. Intention, beginning each digital interaction with clear purpose. Asking ourselves, what am I hoping to accomplish? How does this serve my values and goals? Balance, creating sustainable rhythms between connection and solitude, consumption and creation, digital engagement and embodied presence. Service, using technology not just for personal benefit, but as a means of contributing positively to our communities and the world at large. The neuroscience of digital overwhelm, how technology hijacks attention. Dopamine feedback loops create addictive patterns. Constant task switching reduces cognitive efficiency by up to 0%. Blue light exposure disrupts circadian rhythms and sleep quality. Notification anxiety triggers fight or flight responses. The cost of digital fragmentation research shows it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus after a digital interruption. With the average knowledge worker checking email every 12 minutes, we're operating in a perpetual state of partial attention. Studies indicate that mindful technology use can literally rewire our brains, strengthening areas associated with attention, emotional regulation, and empathy whilst reducing activity in regions linked to stress and anxiety. Creating sacred spaces, physical environment design spaces that support focused, intentional technology use. Remove visual clutter, incorporate natural elements, and create boundaries between work and rest areas. Digital environment. Curate your digital spaces as carefully as your physical ones. Organize apps mindfully, choose calming backgrounds, and remove applications that don't serve your highest intentions. Mental environment. Cultivate inner conditions that support conscious technology use through practices like meditation, breathwork, and regular periods of digital silence. The art of digital boundaries. 1. Temporal boundaries. Establish specific times for checking messages, consuming content, and engaging with social media. Create tech-free periods for meals, before sleep, and upon waking. 2. Spatial boundaries. Designate certain areas as technology-free zones. The bedroom becomes a sanctuary for rest, the dining area a space for nourishment and connection. 3. Attentional boundaries. Practice single tasking with technology. When reading, just read. When messaging, be fully present with that communication. Resist the urge to multitask. 1. Emotional boundaries. Notice how different digital activities affect your mood and energy. Set limits on content that depletes you and increase engagement with what nourishes your spirit. Transforming communication. From reaction to response. Sacred communication involves pausing before responding to messages. This brief moment of mindfulness allows us to respond from wisdom rather than impulse, choosing words that heal rather than harm. Quality over quantity. Send fewer messages with greater thoughtfulness. Choose phone calls over texts for important conversations. Practice digital empathy. Consider the recipient's state of mind. Express gratitude and appreciation regularly. When we communicate through technology, as if we were speaking face-to-face with a beloved friend, our digital interactions become opportunities for genuine connection and mutual understanding. Technology as creative canvas. Digital artistry. Whether through photography, design, music production, or video creation, technology offers unprecedented tools for artistic expression. Each pixel becomes a brushstroke in the masterpiece of our creative vision. Written expression. Blogs, social media, and collaborative platforms become vehicles for sharing wisdom, telling stories, and contributing to collective human knowledge. Our words have the power to inspire and heal across vast distances. Community-building technology enables us to gather like-minded souls around shared values and purposes. We can create virtual sanghas, communities of practice, that support each other's growth and awakening. Innovation for good. We can harness our creativity to develop solutions for environmental challenges, social justice issues, and human well-being. Technology becomes a force for positive transformation. Daily practices for sacred technology. 1. Morning intention setting. Begin each day by setting an intention for how you'll engage with technology. What do you hope to create, learn, or contribute? How will you maintain presence throughout your digital interactions? 2. Mindful notifications. Audit your notifications weekly. Turn off all non-essential alerts and create specific times for checking messages. Let technology serve your schedule, not dictate it. 3. Digital Sabbaths. Regularly take complete breaks from screens and connectivity. Use these periods for reflection, nature connection, and embodied activities that ground you in the present moment. Evening reflection before sleep. Reflect on your day's technology use. What served your well-being? What didn't? Set intentions for tomorrow's digital interactions based on these insights. The ripple effect. When we transform our relationship with technology, we don't just change ourselves, we influence everyone around us. Our mindful presence in digital spaces creates permission for others to slow down, to be more thoughtful, to prioritize depth over superficiality. Personal transformation. Reduced anxiety, increased focus, deeper relationships, and greater life satisfaction emerge naturally from sacred technology practices. Community impact. As we model conscious technology use, we inspire friends, family, and colleagues to examine their own digital habits and make positive changes. Cultural shift. Collectively, our individual choices contribute to a broader cultural movement toward humanizing technology rather than being dehumanized by it. Be the change you wish to see in the world. This ancient wisdom applies as much to our digital lives as to any other sphere of human experience. Your sacred technology commitment: choose one sacred practice rather than attempting to transform everything at once. Select a single practice from today's exploration to implement over the next week. Create a morning intention ritual. Before touching any device, establish one completely tech-free hour each day. Practice the pause before responding to messages. Curate your digital environment to reflect your values. Use technology for one creative project this week. Small, consistent changes create lasting transformation. Trust the process and be patient with yourself as you develop these new patterns of conscious engagement. Remember, sacred technology isn't about perfection. It's about bringing conscious intention to our digital lives. Every moment offers a fresh opportunity to choose awareness over automaticity. Technology as sacred practice. As we conclude this journey together, remember that sacred technology isn't a destination, it's a practice. Each interaction with our devices becomes an opportunity for mindfulness, each digital choice a chance to align our actions with our deepest values. In the end, we are not here to be enslaved by our tools, but to use them in service of our awakening. Let every notification be a bell of mindfulness, every screen a window to greater wisdom, every connection a bridge to deeper compassion. The future of technology lies not in faster processors or more features, but in the consciousness we bring to our engagement with it. You have the power to transform your digital life from a source of distraction into an instrument of awakening. Begin today. Begin now. Begin with the very next time you reach for your device. Here's a mantra for you to use. I use technology with intention. My tools serve my purpose. My screen reflects my soul. I am the master, not the machine. Thank you for joining me in this reflection. Technology is not the enemy, it's the mirror. When used with mindfulness, it becomes sacred. Let your devices remind you of your power, not your distractions. Subscribe to continue this journey, and remember, you are the architect of your digital reality.